Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will talk about Daniel haqiqatjou because he is very famous in the Dawa scene, and he has been involved in many of the debates out there. But why do I think that Daniel haqiqatjou is a threat to Islam? Why do I think so? The reason why I think that Daniel haqiqatjou is a threat to Islam is because he follows a subtly extreme version of Islam. I am not saying that he is as much extremist as ISIS, but what happens is that I think ISIS are less harmful to the image of the Muslim than these people. Now, this is a huge claim that I am making, but I am making it very, very responsibly. Please listen to my explanation. When you see an ISIS, you now suppose there's an ISIS. There's a people know what an ISIS is. Every Muslim actually condemns ISIS. Nobody supports ISIS. So it is very convenient for all of the people to not follow to the traps of ISIS. I know that many people are even brainwashed, but they are in very fringe quantity. Fine, the fanatics are present everywhere, and they are the exception. The problem with the narrative of Daniel Haqiqatjou is that the narrative which Daniel Haqiqatjou follow is actually not a fringe narrative. It actually belongs to the mainstream of Muslims, and the mainstream of Muslims, what I mean by mainstream of Muslim, by mainstream of Muslim I mean the orthodoxy of the Muslims, the scholars who are orthodox in nature, whether those be past, present, and future. Now these scholars, they will never say that you should not be with the woman. They will never say that uh, Islam is merciful. They will never say that Islam protects the rights of the woman. They will never say that. Neither do they ever say that Islam is harmful to the woman. Their narrative is quite manipulative. Now, why are they manipulative in the first sense? And very narcissist in nature. So, the characteristic of narcissist is not that he is very loud or very toxic, like, or very violent, like ISIS. The characteristic of a narcissist is that they are very manipulative in nature. And what they do actually, they actually manipulate the narrative. For example, you will see that Islam provides rights to the woman because Islam is a natural religion, but at the same time they will force hijab on the woman. They said yes, we can force hijab on the woman because you need to follow law and order of a country. Now they are appealing to the law and order of the country. Fine. So the excuse which they gave is following the law for the country. So in an Islamic state, you can the women are forced to wear hijab. So this is what they say, and they will appeal to the state. Similarly, other things like Daniel Haqiqatjou, he himself have said that women should not go to college because women going to college will lead to their apostasy. Since apostasy is uh, is preached in the college, therefore the woman should not go to college. He himself is a Harvard graduate. His wife herself is a Harvard graduate. Not only uh, he is a Harvard graduate, but also he flaunt that he has been graduated from Harvard. But he, at the same time, since he is appealing to the orthodoxy, at the same time he always say that the woman should not be educated, especially from Harvard. So this is his double standard. And not only that, he also says that the child marriage should be very much allowed, and he actually quotes nature for it. He says that no, nature allows child marriage. What will 10-year-old or 11-year-old will do if they feel horny, or if they want to have sex, what they they will do. So he actually promotes child marriage. He is against women education. He is against everything which is making sense in Islam. So, and ex-Muslims or non-Muslims, Islamophobes actually loves him. He actually is making the cases of ex-Muslims and Islamophobes very stronger, and you can see that in the debate with David Wood, that how miserably he has lost to the debate. Although it may seem that he has won the debate, but to know that how Daniel has won or lost the debate, you can just go to the comment section of modern day debate. Now I know that if you go to the channel of Daniel haqiqatjou, Daniel haqiqatjou has won according to the comment section. If you go to the channel of David Wood, David Wood has won according to his comment section. But modern day debate, which is a neutral platform, if you go to the comment section, most of the comments are against Daniel haqiqatjou. And in his previous debates, where he has actually won many debates against atheist or against any person, the comment section actually favors Daniel haqiqatjou. So the comment section, I feel that the modern day debates comment section is not as biased as the comment section of Daniel haqiqatjou's channel or the comment section of David Wood's channel. There may be some bias, fine, I agree, I can give it to I can give that, but most of the time the comment section of the modern day of debates appears as neutral and positive as possible. And in the comment section you can see that many people commenting that thanks to Daniel haqiqatjou I have left Islam. Thanks to Daniel haqiqatjou, he is making the case of ex-Muslims or atheists stronger. And this is what we actually see. Now these dais and these dawa men like Daniel haqiqatjou, they are like technology. Just like technology amplifies intelligence, technology also amplifies stupidity. Now he is a popular and he is appealing especially to those audience who are very patriarchal in nature, and not and he very well supports patriarchy. He says that apostates should be killed, which is unfortunately the traditional narrative of Islam, and we do not agree with it. We say that it goes against Islam, that apostates should be killed. And he is just labeling everyone as feminist, liberal or secular. Anyone who does not agree with him, especially with regards to female issues, he's calling him a simp. Now I would like to reply to Daniel haqiqatjou. For example, if someone is for protecting women's right, if someone wants to protect the rights of women, according to you he is a simp. Let for the sake of argument agree that he is a simp because he wants validation from women. For the sake of argument agree. I would say that the people like Daniel haqiqatjou are psychologically gay, or they are homosocial. There is a term called homosexual, who actually gets attracted to the same sex. But the people like Daniel haqiqatjou are homosocial people. Now why I am saying that they are homosocial people, or why they are narcissistically gay people, why I am saying that? I am saying that because he is accusing everyone to be a simp just because anyone tends to support human rights. He may be a feminist, he may not may be a feminist. So if he is simping for women, you are simping for the orthodoxy and the male figures of the Muslim which is present. So you are narcissistically gay, you are psychologically a gay person. You sexually you may be a straight person, but psychologically people like Daniel haqiqatjou are gay, and people like Daniel haqiqatjou are homosocial, not homosexual, homosocial person. He is actually simping to their sheikhs and mashaikhs, and he actually wants validation from them rather than wanting validation for women. I agree that if we should not chase external validation, whether that be from women or from the man. But this is a reply to Daniel Haqiqatjou, who actually accuses everyone as simp. This is a reply to him. And we should, the Muslims should be the first person who should condemn Daniel Haqiqatjou, and people like us are very few in numbers who condemn these kinds of people, because unfortunately they belong to the mainstream, and since we are not popular, we are not mainstream, it is very easy to ignore us, and it is very easy to underestimate us. But let time pass. uh, there was a time when every underestimated group was a fringe group until they become the mainstream. I do not want to be mainstream. The problem with me is that I do not want to be mainstream. The moment I'll get into the mainstream, I will move out of it as soon as possible, because I don't want to be in comfort zone. I want to research. I want to use my akal in deen. Akal in deen. In understanding deen, I want to use my intellect, because I want to be a free person. I want to be only the slave of Allah rather than being the slave of Daniel Haqiqatjou or the scholars which they follow. Yes, I do follow my own scholars, but even them I don't blind follow them. I just listen to their argument, and if their argument appeals to me, I accept it. If their argument does not appeal to them, I reject it. I do not say that since they are ulama, I have submitted to them. No, I have not submitted to people like Daniel Haqiqatjou or their ulama. I have submitted only to God alone, and I take seriously only God and his messenger, nobody else. So these people like Daniel Haqiqatjou, Muhammad Hijab, Ali Dawa, they are a threat to Islam, because they are representing Islam. The ex-Muslims, the liberals, the seculars, they are not a threat to Islam, because they are not representing Islam. Because the Muslims actually take these people, ex-Muslims, seculars or liberals, as enemies. So how, if you know that someone is your enemy, you will be careful of them. But what about the internal enemy? Actually, Daniel Haqiqatjou classifies people like us as the internal enemy of Islam. I would say that the internal enemy of Islam are those, because of him, of who people are leaving Islam. Nobody, I can guarantee it one thing, that nobody will leave Islam because of me. No matter whether I am right or whether I am not, I am wrong. Fine. I may be right, I may be wrong. That depends upon the merit of my argument. But because of me, nobody will leave Islam. Nobody will say that, oh my God, Shabi is preaching a version of Islam that is too hard for me, that is too extremist for me, that is too misogynist for me, therefore I will be leaving Islam. But because of these people, because of these guys, people are off put in of Islam, people are off foot because of these people. The messenger of God is maligned, Islam is maligned, and they are earning their donations, and they are appealing to the orthodoxy and the patriarchy of the society, because from there they get their donations. You will never see Daniel Haqiqatjou and Muhammad Hijab criticizing the shirk and bidat of this ummah, because then there is no money in that. You will never see Daniel Haqiqatjou or Muhammad Hijab criticizing the sexual abuse which happens in the madrasa, because the first people to ban them will be the orthodox ulama who are involved in these kinds of crime. So they will not criticize those people, but they will always criticize those people who are who are either fringe, they are not mainstream, or they are non-Muslims. So it is very convenient for them. Dawa has become convenient from them, because it has become an industry right now.